Get Connected with Mike and Andy. Wah!
Only on iPhone 10.
I never thought you would be an emoji, but apparently you are.
This is Apple's latest iPhone incarnation, and I have to say I am a big fan. The iPhone 10, completely bezel-less screen, largest screen of any iPhone to date, 5.8 inches, even larger than the 8 Plus and the 7 Plus.
But it doesn't feel like a large phone. If you look at it, it's probably one of the best phones in your hand. This is the size, but the thing is, it's pretty much all screen, and you can just see the difference here.
Yeah, it's amazing. So although the screen is bigger on the 10 than the 8 Plus, it is much smaller.
And this is all to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the iPhone. They completely changed the smartphone world once they came out. Before then, phones had different shapes, sizes, and stuff. But now they all look like this because they really changed what we think a smartphone should be.
So a few new things on this particular iPhone. Number one, a new screen. It's an OLED screen. We've seen that on a bunch of Android phones over the past couple of years. Apple has now embraced that. So you're getting a 1,000,000 to 1 contrast ratio. The screen is fantastic. And it's really interesting because when we're shooting this in the studio here and with all the lights, we actually have to turn down the brightness on the phone way down because the screen will be overexposed on the camera. It'll just be blown out.
I'd say right now on the market, this is probably the best screen to date. You know, the Samsung Galaxy phones have some excellent screens, but I think if you compare them, and there's guys that do this, they look at the screens and get right down to all the bits and the nits. I think this one, hands down, is the best screen on the market today.
You'll also notice something. There is no home button anymore. So it's got actually this little notch up here, and in there is all sorts of sensors and camera, a true depth camera that's actually mapping your face in 3D. And they've got something called Face ID now. So in the past, to unlock your phone, you use Touch ID, your fingerprint on the fingerprint scanner. There is no fingerprint scanner on here. You actually use your face and swipe up to unlock it. And I was skeptical at first when I heard this. I thought, there is no way that's going to work because we've seen other manufacturers try it, but Apple has taken it to the next level. Andy, I can tell you, it is flawless. It has not failed once on me.
Yeah, and you know, they're not the first. Samsung came out with the face recognition, but it wasn't consistent. It didn't work. They said you couldn't hack into it. People did. So what this is a whole different kind of approach to it because they're doing a 3D kind of render of your face. So you could have an identical twin and it could still tell if you're, you know, who's who. Also, if you grow some facial hair like I did, it'll still know who you are,
or
glasses, and that's because it has that 3D image. It has all those 30,000 dots map of your face, so they're going to be able to verify who you are, and you're not going to be able to hack it, or at least no one has figured out how to hack it to date.
Fantastic camera on here as well. It's got the two cameras on the back, wide and telephoto. The camera on the front is amazing as well. People are saying how crisp the selfies are with that camera. And you can also do portrait mode on the front now with the selfie camera, which you could only do in the past with the Plus models, but with the the camera here.
Yeah, and they're using sophisticated algorithms to do this. The photos are just amazing. Like, you know, for people that like to take selfies, Kim Kardashian, I'm talking to you, you're going to want this phone because it is just, I don't think there's any phone on the market right now that can do a front-facing camera selfie than the iPhone 10.
It is fantastic. They also have a feature called True Tone, so it actually measures the light in the room or outside and adjusts the display accordingly. So, you know, if you're using it for reading, it is amazing in that regard. There's just so much to like about it. I was worried about not having a home button, I got to be honest, Andy, but it is super cool now because to get back home, all you do is swipe up and you're back home. The multitasking is amazing now, so I can actually just kind of go through all the different screens just by sliding my finger down on the bottom of the iPhone screen and get to all the different apps. And then again, if I want to get home, just slide up from the bottom and I get back home.
Now, I know you've been using it for a while. Did it take a learning curve to get into?
I thought it would.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to using my home button.
Yeah.
I thought this is going to take me days. Andy, it took me 2 minutes.
Really?
And I have a hard time going back now. Because you know I'm using all sorts of phones. I'm having a hard time with any phone that has a home button.
Wow.
Because I'm so fast with the swiping on this now. It is taking my multitasking to a whole other level.
Now, this is not a cheap phone, okay? You're going to pay about $13.50 for this.
Yeah.
Now, and it's also one of the most breakable phones because it's all glass. So if you are thinking about getting the iPhone 10, trust me, you're going to want to get Apple Care. It's probably the best thing you could do for yourself.
And a case.
And a case. Because you want to have that peace of mind.
Yeah, they're using Corning glass on here. It's super strong. It's some of the strongest out there. But still, I mean, this is a work of art. You'll want to protect it.
Yeah, absolutely. It is what I would call the Cadillac or the red Corvette of this generation. If you really want...
The red Corvette of this generation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It is a status symbol. We know this. You know, they have the iPhone 8, but then they came out with the 10 at the same time just to show that this is for the super Apple fans that really want the best of the best that's on the market, whether it's taking photos, selfies, or just to have the best user experience with the screen. You can't go wrong with the iPhone 10 if you can afford it.
And you should, because this thing is awesome. I love it.
The iPhone 10 from Apple. Check it out.